very alarming and sad story that broke. And this is a trigger warning for anyone who knows someone or has personally been affected by sexual assault. This is a trigger warning for that. But we are going to talk about the allegations with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills newcomer Annemarie Wiley's husband, Marcellus. He has been accused of sexually assaulting someone in 1994. So we are going to get into it. And before we do, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So here we go. Just as a little background information, the way that Annemarie is going to be introduced into the show is going to be as a friend of Kyle's. If they are truly friends in real life, I don't know. If this is a diversity hire for Beverly Hills, maybe, maybe not, who knows. But I personally never really liked Annemarie. Honestly, it was like a gut feeling, just energetically. I've never even heard her speak, but I just never really, I don't know. There's just something that was always just off for me. And again, as a little bit of backup, as a little bit of background, Kyle is definitely going to use Annemarie as her mouthpiece to go after Crystal this season. But with that, let's dive into the allegations that her husband is now facing. Okay. Now, this is according to page 6. And again, trigger warning for anybody who has dealt with sexual assault. Okay. The husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills newcomer Annemarie Wiley has been accused of the R word in a new lawsuit. A student who attended Columbia University at the same time as Marcellus Wiley nearly 3 decades ago sued him on Tuesday in the New York Supreme Court under the Adult Survivors Act, alleging that he attacked her in the fall of 1994 when he was a sophomore and star football player. According to the lawsuit, which was obtained by the Post, Marcellus allegedly forced himself on the woman in her freshman dorm room. The woman alleged that Marcellus ignored her verbal objections and took her virginity, which claimed later drove her to attempt to take her own life. Wiley's actions were intentionally designed to cause plaintiffs severe emotional distress or were taken with reckless disregard of the significant and or substantial probability of causing the plaintiff severe emotional distress, her lawsuit states. The woman, a professor and psychologist with a focus on race and culture, claimed she and Marcellus were friends when he invited himself to her dorm, allegedly telling her he wanted to eat dinner together and listen to music. She allegedly told Marcellus that she was a virgin and not interested in having sex with him, but she claimed he laughed in response and said, "Ain't nobody trying to have sex with no virgin. Don't worry, I got you. Just coming to hang out while I eat. I don't even have condoms on me." However, the woman alleged that the 250-pound athlete almost immediately ripped off her clothes when he got there and forced her face down onto the mattress. She claimed she could barely breathe and feared for her life as Marcellus allegedly took advantage of her in a sexual way multiple times. According to her suit, she managed to get away from Marcellus, but he allegedly verbally threatened and physically yanked her back into bed for another round. Marcellus denied the woman's claims in a lengthy YouTube video on Wednesday. The hour-long video started off with a slate and text that read, "Big media is reckless and irresponsible to run with any story that is a flat-out lie. Everyone should be innocent until proven guilty, and in my case, you know the guilty party ain't happening. The guilty part ain't happening. That's why I'm a partner with Brinks TV." That is so disgusting and narcissistic. Horrible. Later on in the video, Marcellus said, "If you're a virgin, I'm not going to be your first because I'm not looking at it with the same respect, esteem, honor that you should. We did mess around, but no vaginal intercourse," he initially insisted. Later, he admitted that they did have sex. So he's already caught in a lie. He already said, "Oh, we messed around, but no intercourse." And then later on, he admitted they had sex. So you've already lied, sir. Anyway, Marcellus went on to accuse the woman of talking trash and spreading lies to help her cope with the shame she felt for cheating on her boyfriend at the time. "She felt ashamed to mess with me when she got caught. She didn't feel ashamed inviting me over. She only felt shame when she knew there was no future with me, he claimed. Now listen, of course, these are allegations. Of course, innocent until proven guilty. However, hypothetically speaking, usually when someone is a predator, they victim shame. Victim shaming sounds like this. She wasn't ashamed when she invited me over to her place. Well, why did you let him in your apartment? Why did you let him in your room? Victim shaming sounds like this. Ugh, I don't want to. Why would I want to have sex with a virgin? I'm not going to respect that the way you should. Victim shaming sounds like this. Oh, she was ashamed she got caught messing around with me because she had a boyfriend. All of that sounds like blaming the victim for what you did. Again, these are allegations. I'm talking hypothetically, okay? Don't come for me, Marcellus. You don't want it. You don't want this. You don't want this smoke, okay? You don't want it, homie. I'm just saying, hypothetically, that's what this sounds like, okay? Again, innocent until proven guilty. These are allegations. But this sounds like a lot of victim shaming. And then you already yourself got caught in a lie. We didn't have sex. No, we did have sex. Okay. So you're admitting you did have sex with this woman. Was it consensual? That remains to be seen. Also sounds like victim shaming. Oh, well, once she knew that there was no future with me, then she tried to talk about me. Then she tried to, spread lies about me because she couldn't get with me. She didn't have a future with me. Boy, bye. In her lawsuit, the woman said she confided in a friend about the alleged attack and then reported it to several Columbia University administrators, all of whom allegedly displayed fondness for the then NFL hopeful. One of the administrators allegedly showed the woman's victim statement to Marcellus, who just disagreed that it's the R word. The woman also claimed that the administrator told her that she had misunderstood the encounter because she was born in Africa and Marcellus was American, and people from different cultures interpret things differently. I don't think there's any culture that misinterprets somebody attacking them when they are not consenting to it. Okay? Marcellus, who also claimed in his YouTube video that he would countersue for defamation, received minimal punishment. Of course, he's going to countersue for defamation. That's just like Erica Jane appealing for legal reasons. Like, that's the most basic thing that people do to try and get out of being accountable. He was placed on academic probation in order to complete the spring 1995 semester from his home in Los Angeles. He then returned to the New York City campus and the team. The woman and the friend who encouraged her to report the incident allegedly received harassing phone calls in the months that followed. In the spring of 1996, the woman said she tried to end her life, after which she was admitted to a locked hospital ward for 2 weeks before being released. She claims she and Marcellus were later forced to share classes together. The woman later became active in the university's chapter of Take Back the Night, an organization that focuses on ending sexual relationship and domestic violence, where she allegedly met other women who claimed they were R-word sexually taken advantage of without their consent by the same man. So not only is she saying it, but she's saying that there were other women, other girls, who made the same exact claims against the same exact person. Okay? Columbia was named in her lawsuit over allegations of negligence and reckless failure to protect its students from sexual predators. This is very much echoing Real Housewives of Potomac, Juan Dixon, in the sense of not that Juan was named as the predator himself, but that Juan was complicit in covering up the sexual assault of a student. Okay? Now, again, trigger warning for everything we're talking about. If you or someone you know is affected by this, I will put a hotline and a link in the description box for support if anybody needs it. There is no shame or embarrassment in seeking support. You know, if you or someone you know needs it, please reach out. And we love you and we're here for you. We see you and we believe you. This is a very hard topic to talk about, so be gentle with yourself, okay? Reps for the university did not immediately respond to requests for comments. Marcellus went on to play in the NFL as a defensive end for 10 seasons with the Buffalo Bills, San Diego Chargers, Dallas Cowboys, and Jacksonville Jaguars. He married Annemarie, a certified registered nurse anesthesiast, in 2014. They shared 3 children in addition to Marcellus' eldest from a previous relationships. The Wileys have yet to make their debut on The Real Housewives season 13, which is currently airing. Now, again, we saw teases of Annemarie making her debut in the next episode, obviously going against Crystal because she is Kyle's mouthpiece. This is the thing. I wonder if Bravo is going to edit Annemarie and her husband in any way this upcoming season, giving this breaking news. I don't know. It will be interesting to see if they do. I haven't heard Bravo make a statement about this or come out with anything. We know he made his, in my personal opinion, a very victim shaming statement, and he made his little YouTube video. So it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, this is from Wig Hello Drama. It says, after you read each slide, come read this. Wiley went on to join the Buffalo Bills after being selected in the second round of the 1997 draft. He played in the NFL for 10 seasons for multiple teams. After his final season in 2006, Wiley worked for ESPN's NFL Live before co-hosting the network Sports Nation before moving to Fox Sports and FS1. He was allegedly nominated for a score of alumni awards in the years after his graduation, some of which were diverted by the plaintiff, who was working for Columbia as the associate director of the University Center for the Core Curriculum. The school reportedly relented to her objections over fear of negative press. Columbia was named in the lawsuit over accusations for negligence and reckless failure to protect its students from sexual predators. Now, this gives credence to what the plaintiff is saying. If she has the pull and power to get this man, who by all intents and purposes should be a very decorated alumni for Columbia University. He played for 10 years in the NFL. He is a host for ESPN and for Sports Nation. You know, those are huge accolades that could bring a lot of attention and a lot of money and a lot of donors and sponsorships to Columbia University. The fact that she is able to have him diverted from getting these accolades and awards gives credence to what she says. Because if what she was saying had no validity to it, why would Columbia University heed to her objections for him being celebrated? They would be like, no, what you're saying that there's no validity to that. You know, we're going to celebrate this man. We're going to give him awards. We're going to praise him. We're going to do galas and we're going to do all this stuff because having him as our alumni would bring us money. And trust me, at the end of the day, that's what they want. They wanted him there because they wanted him to win championships. They wanted him to win football games. They want the money. They want the prestige. They want the awards, right? So, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You know, again, these are allegations. He has denied them, in my opinion, in a very victim-shaming way. But what do you guys think? Do you think that these allegations should affect Annemarie and her husband's presence on the show? Or do you think, no, they're just allegations. Until proven guilty, it shouldn't affect them on the show? What do you guys think? Me, my personal opinion, I didn't like Annemarie from jump. She just seemed like a pygmy. She seemed like a mouthpiece for Kyle. It just seemed like a very odd casting in the first place. Like, I didn't believe that her and Kyle were actually friends at all. It just seemed really weird to me. And energetically, I have said, and you guys can go back and listen to my past videos about this. I just said that I felt something was very off about her and I wasn't vibing with her already. And now with these allegations, it just makes it even worse. I personally always believe victims. I do. If somebody says something happened to them, I believe them, particularly with all of this stuff. But again, allegations. But what do you guys think about this? Put it down below what you think, and what do you think should happen with the casting and all of that stuff. And again, if you or someone has been dealing with this, please be sure to reach out for help, and I will leave that link down below. Okay. All right. Let's move on to something a little bit lighter. Let's talk about